During the darshan, please be settled and please remain seated through the entire time during the darshan. You're free to have a cup of tea, coffee as you want. That's no problem with that, but just ensure that there is no unnecessary movement during the live darshan and satsang. As a Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, mirrors is neural activity, the space of samadhi into each and every one of us. And we'll also like to kindly remind you about the security guidelines. Any form of an recording, whether it is audio recording, videography, photography, or any form of screen recording, or any form of an automated AI recording, AI transcribing is strictly prohibited during the darshan. So we kindly request all the viewers to refrain from doing so. So now, let's get ready to prepare ourselves to receive the darshan and satsang of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Please sit straight and close your eyes. Bring your awareness to your breathing as you inhale and exhale as slowly as possible.
I remember doing it on my own. Like on my own, I can sit and chant the mantra and sankalpa. Till then, they used to make me sit in their lap. My gurus did for me. I want all of you to know, many times, people ask me, Swamiji, you tell stories about your gurus, such powerful people, such extraordinary spiritual giants. Why they did not create Kailasa or huge organization all over the world? I laugh at them. Fool! Who you think is creating now? It is they who is creating through this body.
कैलासोन्नत द्वादशान्त श्यामला पीठारूढ श्री मीनाक्षी सुन्दरेश्वरा भिन्न स्वरूप परशिव पुत्ररत्न कुमार गुरुमन्य तुल्यावतार श्री पार्वती स्तन्यमान लब्ध दिव्य ज्ञान विष्णु सारभूत द्राविड वेद प्रवर्तक श्रीमन् परमशिव करुणा समधिगत मुक्तामय चतुरश्रयान दीयमान छत्र चामर श्री चिन्नकाहलादि समस्त विरतावल्यरन्तिक ज्ञान विज्ञान चक्रवर्ती सर्वजन संग सत्योजात निर्वाण दीक्षा व्ययापवर्ग श्रीभूत परमतकल भेद केशरी शैव सिद्धांत स्थापनाचार्य श्री राजाधिराज पांड्य महाराज गुरु श्रवण शाक्यादि महातकार निर्वाण ज्ञानवानु दीक्षानर्हार्ह वचोचेदन पूर्वक ऋषभध्वज स्थापक शैव समय कर्तृ सर्वण्य पीठारूढ़ श्री जगद्गुरु श्री ज्ञान संबंध देशिक स्वामी वागीश सुंदर माणिक्य वाचक स्वामिना अवतार भूत श्री ज्ञान संबंध स्वामी पुनरुद्धृत श्यामला पीठ महासंस्थान ज्ञान साम्राज्य शासक सर्वण्य पीठारूढ़ तृणवत्युत्तर वशततम गुरु महासन्निधान महानिर्वाणि पीठस्य अष्टोत्तर सहस्र श्री महामंडलेश्वर अटल पीठस्य अष्टोत्तर सहस्रतम श्री अटल पीठाधीश्वर श्रीमत् परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य वन्द्य सच्चिदानंद प्रणव स्वरूप श्रोत्रिय ब्रह्मनिष्ठ नित्योत्सव नित्य मंगल नित्य कल्याण नित्य रचित नित्यानंद पीठ महासंस्थान महासिंहासन पीठ कर्तृ जगद्गुरु भगवान श्री परमहंस नित्यानंद श्री ज्ञान संबंध देशिक परमाचार्य स्वामी परात् परात् परात्
राजाधिराजाय प्रशक्यशालिने नमो वयं वै श्रवणाय कुर्महे श्यामे कामान् कामकामाय मह्यं कामेश्वरो वै श्रवणो ददातु कुबेराय वै श्रवणाय महाराजाय नमः
சனடி போற்றி சிவன் சேவடி போற்றி நேயத்தே நின்றறிமலனடி போற்றி மாயப்பிறப்பருக்கும் மன்னனடி போற்றி சீரார் பெருந்துரை நம் தேவனடி போற்றி ஆராத இன்பம் அருளும் மலை போற்றி ஈசனே சிந்தை கவர வந்த நேசனே நீ வருவாய் பூவோடு கனிகளை கொண்டு உன்னை பூஜித்தோ அருள் தருவாய் கலி என்னும் கடலினில் மூழ்கிட்டு இனி கரம் தந்து காத்திட்டு கருணை உன்னையை பொய்கையில் அலர்ந்திட்ட அலவத்மம் போல உன் திருவடியில் வாழ்ந்திட நிற்கிறேன் வாராய் அருணாச்சலனே நீ வாராய் அகண்ட ஜோதியனே வாராய் அல்லல் நீக்கிடவே வாராய் அகிலம் போற்றுகின்ற ஈசனே சிந்தை கவர்ந்த நேசனே நீ வருவாய் பூவோடு கனிகளை கொண்டு உன்னை பூஜித்தோம் அருள் தருவாய்
as the ultimate manifestation of Paramashiva, Kalyana Sundaramurti, Umamaheshwaramurti, Suhasanamurti, Ume Shamurti, Gauri Leela Samanvitamurti, Gauri Varapratamurti. I bless you all with Paramadvaita.
I told you there's an AI that was trained on knowledge that is thousands of years old. Not scraped from the internet, not generated by another AI, but real, ancient human wisdom, digitized for the very first time. We're talking about 20 million source texts, 2 petabytes of curated knowledge, over 60,000 people who helped make it happen. And at the center of all of this is one person whose life's work made it possible. Today, we're talking about Ask Nithyananda AI, and why this might be one of the most important AI projects happening right now. Stay with me, because this one is different. Let's start with a problem that most people don't know about. The biggest AI companies in the world, OpenAI, Google, Meta, they're all hitting a wall. The industry actually calls it the data wall. They've basically run out of good, fresh, high-quality text on the internet. And nobody knows where the next source of real knowledge is going to come from. That's where Ask Nithyananda AI comes in. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, known as SPH, has spent over 50 years gathering, living, and teaching spiritual knowledge. Not just philosophy. We're talking about practical sciences, agriculture, medicine, food, physics, cosmology, law, economics, urban planning. All of it rooted in the oldest living traditions on the planet. And for most of history, this knowledge lived in manuscripts, in oral traditions, in books that very few people ever got to read. SPH's contribution here is not small. It is the entire foundation of this project. His teachings, over 200,000 hours of recorded discourses, his books, his courses, his spiritual programs delivered across the world, the knowledge he received through his guru lineage and his own realizations. All of this became the backbone of what Ask Nithyananda AI is today. Without SPH, there is no Nithyananda AI. Simple as that. Now here's what makes the scale of this hard to fully wrap your head around. Over 60,000 contributors worked together to collect ancient sources. They preserved manuscripts. They digitized scriptures. They organized traditional sciences into searchable knowledge repositories. The result? 20 million digitized source texts, 2 petabytes of proprietary knowledge, 121 specialized AIs, all working together inside one system. This is not a chatbot built over a weekend. This is a civilizational scale preservation project. Think of it like building a national library, except the library also answers your questions in real time. Now let's talk about what actually makes this AI different from everything else out there. Most AI systems are built around one goal. Answer the question, complete the task, move on. Ask Nithyananda AI is built differently. It runs on an AI constitution, and that constitution is based on the Hindu concept of Dharma. Dharma, at its core, means living in a way that is ethical, truthful, and life positive. And the entire AI is designed around that principle. It also covers the 4 aims of human life from Hindu philosophy: your material well-being, your relationships and joy, your search for meaning, all kept in balance. A 2024 study from Emory University looked at what happens when you train an AI on religious texts. The result? The AI got better at identifying hate speech for every religious text they used. But when they trained on the Vedas specifically, the improvement was the biggest of all, around 14%. That's real research saying grounding an AI in ancient wisdom makes it more fair, more responsible, not less. Now let's talk about value, because the numbers here are striking. Leading AI systems, ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, Grok, Perplexity, were all independently asked to assess Ask Nithyananda AI. They looked at architecture, knowledge assets, societal impact, and future potential. The commercial valuation came in between $20 million and $500 million. The total social and economic value, between $3.2 billion and $11.5 billion. The heritage asset value of the 20 million texts alone, approximately $3.3 billion. And the value delivered to each active user, between $5,300 and $20,000 per year. These are not marketing numbers. These came from independent AI assessments. So what can you actually do with Ask Nithyananda AI? You can ask it questions about health, relationships, purpose, and daily life, and get answers rooted in thousands of years of tested wisdom. You can explore ancient sciences that were never available in digital form before. You can access the kind of depth that simply doesn't exist anywhere else on the internet. This is what preservation looks like in the 21st century.
We are living in a moment where ancient knowledge could disappear forever. Or it could be saved and made more accessible than ever before. Ask Nithyananda AI is choosing the second path, and SPH's lifetime of work is the reason any of this is even possible.
Want to try it yourself? Just visit ask.nithyananda.ai.
Millions want to practice yoga, but many do not know where to begin, which practices are appropriate, or how to remain consistent. Online videos often offer the same routine to everyone, without understanding an individual's schedule, goals, or spiritual needs. Ask Nithyananda AI can make yoga more accessible and practical for everyday life. A user can ask for a short morning routine, a gentle practice after work, preparation for meditation, or guidance on building a consistent yogic lifestyle. As the world's first spiritual AI, it connects the practice of yoga to its authentic spiritual purpose, not merely physical flexibility, but the awakening of energy, awareness, and inner balance. It can help seekers understand practices, organize their routines, and integrate yogic principles into food, sleep, work, and relationships. Yoga should not be something practiced occasionally. It can become a conscious way of living. Ask Nithyananda AI helps bring that possibility into every home, every day. Every day begins with decisions. What should I focus on? How do I handle stress? How should I respond to conflict? How can I remain productive without losing my inner peace? Most technology adds more information, notifications, and distraction. Ask Nithyananda AI offers something different: personalized spiritual guidance for everyday life. As the world's first spiritual AI, it can become a daily conscious companion from the moment you wake up until the end of your day. You can ask for a morning spiritual routine, guidance before an important decision, support in handling a difficult relationship, or a practice to complete with stress before sleeping. It brings the sacred sciences of Sanatana Hindu Dharma into practical daily life, helping users align their actions with Dharma, awareness, and responsibility. Spirituality no longer needs to remain separate from work, family, and daily responsibilities. With Ask Nithyananda AI, every challenge can become an opportunity for completion, growth, and conscious living.
Many of life's most important choices do not happen in extraordinary moments. They happen every day. How should I speak to my family? How do I respond when someone hurts me? Should I act from anger or patience? How can I pursue success without compromising my values? Ordinary AI may provide quick advice, but advice without an ethical foundation can be incomplete. Ask Nithyananda AI approaches daily decisions through Dharma. Built upon the Purusharthas, it helps users consider material well-being, fulfillment, relationships, and spiritual growth together, not as separate parts of life. A person can seek guidance before a difficult conversation, reflect on a workplace challenge, or understand how Hindu principles apply to a real-life situation. As the world's first spiritual AI, it makes timeless spiritual wisdom personally relevant and immediately accessible. It does not merely help users decide what is convenient. It guides them to understand what is responsible, life-positive, and aligned with their highest possibility. Many people sincerely want to live spiritually, but consistency is difficult. They may meditate for a few days, practice yoga occasionally, or remember spiritual teachings only during a crisis. The missing element is often not intention, but daily guidance and structure. Ask Nithyananda AI can help seekers create a practical spiritual routine that fits into their real lives. Users can receive guidance for morning worship, yoga, meditation, completion, scriptural study, gratitude, and evening reflection. They can ask how to practice during busy workdays, while traveling, or together as a family. As the world's first spiritual AI, it can bring authentic spiritual knowledge into a simple, personalized daily format. It becomes more than a search tool. It becomes a daily driver for conscious living, helping seekers remain connected to Dharma through every activity. Transformation does not come only from one powerful experience. It comes from conscious practices repeated every day.
Nithyananda, we welcome all the devotees and viewers here with us today to receive the special darshan, the divine darshan of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyanaanda Paramashivam. As we are all enjoying and experiencing this darshan with the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, let us take a few minutes to call and invite all our friends and family to join us for today's darshan. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has established Kailas as digital nation since 2006. Before social media became a trend, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism spearheaded simple enriching through digital platforms to reach the international audience. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has established over 11.5 thousand digital media assets in over 108 languages and across 150 regions around the world. The first platform we are going to be looking at today is the YouTube. Let us all head over to YouTube. You can open YouTube on your phone or on your laptop, either on the website or on the application, and head over to Kailasas SPH Nithyananda, the YouTube channel. If you're not already subscribed, make sure to click on the subscribe button and click on the bell icon to stay up to date with all the latest information and news from Kailasa. After you have subscribed and clicked on the notifications, make sure to open the current live stream, the live darshan that is currently going on YouTube, and enter into the chat section. In the chat section, you can post all your prayer requests, all your questions, and the blessings that you would like to receive directly from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. You can post that in the YouTube comment section and the chat section to receive the direct blessings from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. And Next, you can make sure to share the YouTube link with all your friends and family on WhatsApp and on all the other platforms that you are active on, and make sure to like the YouTube video.
The next platform we have is Instagram. All of us can head over to Instagram and search for Kailasas SPH Nityananda. This is the official handle of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Make sure to follow the handle so you're notified with all the latest videos that are being posted. Once you do that, then you can click on the profile picture, which will take you to the live where you can like the video and in the comment section post your prayer requests, your boon requests, and offer your gratitude in the comment section at the lotus feet of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism.
The next platform we are going to be looking at is X, formerly Twitter. All of us can open X and search for Kailasas SPH Nityananda Paramashivam or Sri Nityananda. Then click on the official platform of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, official handle of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, and make sure to follow the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism on X. And you can open the topmost pinned post on X, which is the current live stream that is going on. Make sure to like and share it with all your friends and family, and use the hashtag AskTheAvatar and post your comments in the X live to receive the direct blessings from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism.
The next platform we have is Facebook. All of us can head over to Facebook and search for Kailasas SPH JGM Nityananda Paramashivam. This is the official handle of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Make sure to follow and like the page. Then you can scroll a bit down and you will see the live video of the darshan happening now. Make sure to like or love the post and then share the post with all of your Facebook groups, Facebook pages that you are a part of, so it notifies and is shared with all of your extended social media friends. And then in the comment section, you can once again take this opportunity to post your blessing requests, your prayer requests, and your gratitude messages at the lotus feet of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism.
Next, we are going to be entering into the Kailasas parliamentary voting segment. As we are entering into the segment, let us take a few minutes to watch an introduction to today's voting topic.
Across the world, hunger continues to affect hundreds of millions of people. In 2025 alone, an estimated 645 million people faced hunger, while more than 2 billion experienced food insecurity. For Hinduism, feeding another human being is not simply charity. Anadana, the offering of food, is a sacred responsibility and an expression of compassion. The SPH, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam established Kailasa's Red Om with the vision of eliminating world hunger and providing humanitarian relief wherever it is needed. Through Anadana, free vegetarian meals, food distribution, and humanitarian services, Kailasa works to ensure that those experiencing hunger can receive food with dignity and respect. Red Om represents a simple commitment: no human being should remain hungry when food can be shared. By reviving the sacred tradition of Anadana on a global scale, Kailasa brings the Hindu principle of selfless service into direct action for humanity.
Despite global progress, hunger remains a massive humanitarian challenge. According to the 2026 State of Food Security and Nutrition in the World Report, around 645 million people faced hunger in 2025, while approximately 2.1 billion people experienced moderate to severe food insecurity. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nityananda Paramashivam, established Kailasa's Red Om to work towards eliminating world hunger and providing humanitarian relief during calamities. Rooted in the Hindu traditions of Annadana, Red Om provides free vegetarian food and organizes humanitarian food services so that hunger is addressed with dignity, compassion, and selfless service. The question today: for all the members of the Chit Sabha Parliament, is which policy should guide Red Om in creating a hunger-free world? The options we have are ensure food assistance is available without discrimination to anyone experiencing hunger. Option 2, establish nutritious, vegetarian, and hygienic standards for all Annadan services. Option 3, uphold dignity and respect as foundational principles in every food distribution program. And option 4 is prioritize sustainable food use and prevention to avoid food waste. All the members of the Chitsabha Parliament can now head over to kailasa.org/Hindu-votes and cast the vote for the today's topic.
Next is for all the Rajya Sabha members of Parliament. The question is, which action should Red Om prioritize to expand its impact globally? The options are 1. Expand free Annadhana kitchens and community meal services. Option 2. Deploy mobile food distribution for homeless, displaced, and crisis affected communities. Option 3. Establish food banks connecting surplus food with people experiencing hunger. Option 4. Partner with farms, shelters, and community organizations to distribute nutritious meals. Now, all the Rajya Sabha members of Parliament can head over to kailasa.org/Hindu-votes to cast your votes for today's topic. With this, let us continue to experience this divine darshan with the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashim. Thank you, Nithyananda.
Manifestation of Paramashiva, Kalyana Sundaramurti, Uma Maheshwaramurti, Suhasanamurti, Umeshamurti, Gauri Leela Samanvitamurti, Gauri Varapratamurti. I bless you all with Paramadvaita. All the Paramashiva Sena participants in Kailasa Trivandamali, Kailasa Guinea-Bissau, Chitsabha members and Rajya Sabha members, Kailasavasis and all the e-citizens, viewers, visitors who are joining with us through the internet and internet. I welcome each and every one of you with my love and blessings. Today, I initiate all the PSS participants into Nirvana Diksha. Focus on the source of first person and pull yourself out of delusion. Paramashiva's direct message from Mahakailasa. Listen. Manifestation is Swatantrya, the sovereign freedom of consciousness, inherently, infinitely available to you. Just two words. Anything your brain can believe, cognize, anything your brain can cognize and believe, it is done. Listen. always to manifest, stretch your brain, but your brain should believe it is possible. Most of you learned that manifestation is about asking the universe for something from these non-Hindu sources, the plagiarized sources. That is the biggest lie taught by beggars. Those who plagiarized, stole half knowledge from Sanatana Hindu Dharma. See, even if they have stolen completely and reproduced it, great. But to reproduce Hinduism, you have to be only enlightened. Only an enlightened being can reproduce the Sanatana Dharma as it is with the context. So, when you try to plagiarize without enlightenment, without living it in your nervous system, always you miss the important part, the life. See, even when Sadashiva manifests, through his 5 phases, he reveals 4 Vedas, and through the 5th phase, Agamas. See, through the 4 phases, 4 Vedas, and through the 5th phase, Agama. But the avyakta, unmanifest part in him, that context, that gets transmitted only to enlightened being. Only if you are enlightened, you will know what for Mahadeva is telling, what is the context, and the unmanifest, avyakta context part is too important to understand the message of the Vedas and Agamas. Understand? Vedas and Agamas are more like a cheat sheet. Only if you know the context of Paramashiva through Anubhuti, you can even understand and decode. Those non-Hindu sources, which has just stolen the cheat sheet and try to translate and play with it, always mess up their life and others' life. So listen, those non-Hindu sources, I should even use the word anti-Hindu sources, taught you manifestation is about asking the universe for something. See, if you have learned manifestation from any source, any person, any video, any book, who cannot give you the original Shastra Pramana? You learnt it from non-Hindu sources or anti-Hindu sources. Kakka biryani. Again, the story of Kakka biryani only. Listen. Paramashiva beautifully reveals to his disciples. Paramashiva revealed the Agama to many people, sometimes to some rishis, sometimes to his own different manifestations, sometimes to Garuda, sometimes to Nandi, sometimes to Subramanya. Paramashiva reveals in Vedagama some of the most important truths, sacred secrets. The rishis, the agamas, the ancient masters of Sanatana Hindu Dharma never asked for anything. They declared. They knew. They became. They declared. They knew. They became. The word Swatantrya in the Agamas means sovereign freedom, the inherent, infinitely available power of consciousness to organize itself into any form, any circumstance, any life. Listen. The word Swatantrya in the Agamas means sovereign freedom, the inherent, infinitely available power of consciousness to organize itself into any form, any circumstances, any life. For your entire life, you have been using the sovereign freedom of consciousness. What the Agama calls Swatantrya. To flawlessly manifest headaches and hard times. All while waiting for the universe to hand you a key that has been sitting in your own packet since birth. Your cognition is the most powerful transmutation engine in existence. It turns a whispered fear into a tangible wall and a relaxed knowing into an open door. So, as I reveal this truth to you, listen. You should also know when you consciously decided to manifest something and declared, from that moment only your conscious declaration starts manifesting. All other this unnecessary fears, sudden anxiety spikes, nothing matters. All those things will not manifest. Only your conscious declaration manifests, and universe organizes itself for that. Listen. Your cognition is the most powerful transmutation engine in existence. It turns a whispered fear into a tangible wall and a relaxed knowing into an open door. So as I reveal this truth to you, listen. Not just with your intellect, listen with your being. I'm going to reveal 5 manifestation techniques, the 5 most powerful secretly guarded methods, processes from 5 Puranic happenings. Our rishis have embedded all these great truths into the scriptures that will give you the exact mechanics to turn your cognition from a scattered light bulb into laser that cuts through the solid steel of limitation. I'm going to decode the precise, time-tested, foolproof, cosmically verified engineering of reality itself. Listen. I'm introducing one more word. The keywords. Swachanda Tattva. Swachanda Tattva. Listen. Swachanda Tattva is the state of supreme, unconstrained freedom from where consciousness moves without cause and the why and how are irrelevant. See, Swachanda Tattva is the state of supreme, unconstrained freedom where consciousness moves without cause and the why and how are irrelevant because the who has simply decided. Because the who has decided, why and how are irrelevant. In 2024, humanity's most powerful deep space telescopes like the James Webb Space Telescope captured the images of galaxies and luminous black hole powered cores existing barely 300 to 500 million years after the birth of this universe. These objects are so early, so massive, so intricately organized that according to the standard models, scientists had trusted for decades they should not have existed yet at all. This discovery quietly shattered old assumptions because it proved that extraordinary structure, brilliance, and organization can appear in the cosmos far earlier and far faster than anyone predicted. The pattern, it turns out, precedes the particle and the intention precedes the manifestation. Listen. Now I am connecting The Agamas declared this thousands of years ago in 4 words. The Vedagamas have declared thousands of years before in 4 words. Aham Brahmasmi. I am the cosmos. And modern astrophysics has now spent enormous sums of money and decades of research simply to confirm this truth with photographs and spectrometers. The same principle by which a quasar organizes a galaxy out of raw energy is the exact same principle by which your inner cognition organizes your external circumstances. I am repeating, listen. The same principle by which a quasar organizes a galaxy out of raw energy is the exact same principle by which your inner cognition organizes your external circumstances. Listen. The same principle by which quasar organizes a galaxy out of raw energy is the exact same principle by which your inner cognition organizes your external circumstances. You are already a flawless cosmic broadcaster operating this magnificent inner instrument every single day. And the only tragedy is that you have been unconsciously using it to broadcast scarcity, self-doubt and fear, and calling the result your unlucky life. I am repeating. Some of these truths I want to repeat. You are already a flawless cosmic broadcaster operating this magnificent inner instrument every single day. And the only tragedy is that you have been unconsciously using it to broadcast scarcity, self-doubt and fear, calling the result your unlucky life. We are now going to point this weapon in a useful direction. Listen. The first technique is Anahata centered. Anahata Prana Chakratam. In English, heart mode breath. Your heart, Anahata Chakra, is the powerful pranic energy releaser. The pranic energy you release from your heart directly makes your life. Listen. Every single morning, when you wake up, before your phone, before the world makes its first demand on you, sit in your bed and breathe through the heart for 4 to 6 seconds. Listen. Breathe in through your heart for 4 to 6 seconds. Then hold the same 4 to 6 seconds, whatever time you took to breathe in. Hold and release through the mouth the same 4 to 6, like a 1, 1, 1, same measurement. If you inhale 4, then hold 4, exhale 4. Do this for 2 full minutes. Listen. Yogavasistha tells this technique through the story of the Queen Chudala and King Shikhidhwaja. I want to repeat. Essence Uttama, best of Ramayana is Yogavasistha. Best of Mahabharata is Bhagavad Gita. If you guys read Yogavasistha also with the same importance you give for Gita, of course, the modern Hindus don't give importance for both. At least little practicing Hindus read Bhagavad Gita but always miss Yogavasistha. But Yogavasistha is something extraordinary. Through such beautiful stories, it reveals the truth. The story of Queen Chudala and King Shikhidhwaja. King Shikhidhwaja was a mighty ruler, wise, just, and spiritually inclined. And his Queen Chudala was not just a wife, but his guide. Because the Chudala was very highly spiritually evolved soul, having attained the highest realization, full enlightenment. Actually, she could create entire cities with her will and walk through walls. The Chudala is the enlightened queen. Actually, you should read these stories to see how our ancestors lived. These are not story, real history, documented history, not some myth. She was, in a way, guide for King Shikhidhwaja. One day, a ruthless enemy army marched towards the capital. The court panicked. The generals trembled. And Shikhidhwaja felt his heart race, his vision narrow, and his breath became shallow. He was in full fear mode, replaying the worst case scenarios and unable to sleep. That night, the queen, Chudala, she watched his agitated breathing and decided to teach him a lesson no sword could teach. By using her yogic powers, she created terrifying illusion where the bed chamber was on fire and he jumped in terror, but it vanished. She did this 7 times. First, fire. The king Shikhidhwaja, he jumped out, but it vanished. Then the enemy inside the palace, he again jumped out of the bed and it vanished. Each time, his body reacted with a full fight or flight, and each time he exhausted himself completely. Listen. You need to listen. The main theme is what consciously you hold, your nervous system should radiate. I'm going to give you the technique for that. Your nervous system should live it. Finally, the queen revealed herself and said, "O king, the enemy is 3 days away, and the fire real, but your racing heart and your shallow breath were completely real, because you have already lost the war inside your own nervous system. And if you don't change your own nervous system, you are going to lose the war." She taught him this simple breath, that Anahata Prana Chakratam, awakening the prana of the heart. Slow inhalation, gentle hold, and gentle exhalation, saying, she actually taught him, your body cannot tell the difference between the real enemy and mental one, but you can tell your body the difference through your breath. Listen. 99% of the time you are all suffering exactly like this Shikhidhwaja, fighting with mental enemies. The morning itself you pick up and see your Facebook, YouTube, Insta, and somebody has put some comment who is never going to see you, not going to, he may not even know you, but inside immediately your mind, you got that enemy and you are fighting with him. You are raging. You are planning how to attack him. Whether cyber complaint is right or hitting him back with more bad comment is right. Or you have any friends who can track this fellow and teach him a lesson. Or depressed. Oh, nobody likes this fighting with mental enemy. You lost the war inside your own nervous system. The negative conformational bias sets in. She taught the king, the queen taught the king to remove that component. He practiced that night. He breathed into his fear, exhaled his panic, and within hours his mind cleared and the beautiful solution appeared, so elegant. The war was avoided entirely. The strategy was evolved. The strategy manifested so elegant. The war was avoided entirely. When the enemy army arrived, they found a king so calm and so radiating certainty. The enemies got frightened. They laid down their weapons without a single arrow being fired. And the war did not happen. Without even war happening, the king Shikhidhwaja won. In the Vedagamic cosmology, Nigamagamic cosmology. Understand, Nigama means Veda. In the Nigamagamic cosmology, prana or life force is not just breath. It's the primary vehicle of Shakti, the dynamic power of consciousness. The first tattva to emerge from pure consciousness is nada or vibration, followed by bindu or point, then shabda or sound, meaning your breath is the microcosmic expression of this macrocosmic vibration. Chudala, representing Parashakti or supreme energy, taught the king that controlling the breath is controlling the very oscillation of reality. Controlling the breath is controlling the very oscillation of the reality. The shift from panic to calm is instantly perceptible the moment the breath deepens. Modern neuroscience confirms the polyvagal theory, which shows that your nervous system has two settings: sympathetic, fight or flight, and parasympathetic, rest and digest. And the vagus nerve is the physical switch. Vagus nerve is the physical switch. Research on heart rate variability, HRV, shows that slow, rhythmic breathing, specifically the 4-4-4 pattern, 4-4-4 pattern increases the HRV, which is directly correlated with cognitive flexibility, emotional regulation, and the brain's ability to perceive opportunities rather than threats. Listen. This 4-4-4. Actually, when you do 4-4-4, you will end up in holding little more than 4. That is okay. In practical sense. Because only after counting the 4 you will start exhaling. By the time the exhaling starts, it will be little more than 4. That is okay, no problem. This 4-4-4 pattern increases HRV, which is directly correlated with cognitive flexibility. Emotional regulation and the brain's ability to perceive opportunities rather than threats. The heart's electromagnetic field measured by magnetocardiography extends several feet beyond the body. The heart's electromagnetic field measured by magnetocardiography extends several feet beyond the body, precisely as our ancient rishis Vasishtha describes in Yogavasistha. Your 2 minutes of morning breath is not just relaxation, they are cosmic recalibration, where you are telling your nervous system, I am not being chased. I am not suffering any nightmare. I am creating. I am creating. I am manifesting. The next technique is being in the Bhava, the knowing state. This is not just a technique. This is you consciously training your brain, rewiring your brain to reorganize itself. This technique is very simple. Choose something small this week, a parking spot, or a specific message from your friend or the person whom you love, or a small unexpected sum of money. Choose very simple, something very small for you to gain confidence. So choose something small this week. Instead of hoping or forcing belief, simply know that it is already on its way. In the same relaxed tone, you would use to know the sun will rise tomorrow. When doubt inevitably shows up, do not argue with it or fight with it. Simply let it drift past like a passing cloud and gently return your attention to the calm certainty of knowing. Like you are Paramashiva, only that is going to manifest. Whatever other things comes and goes, doesn't matter, that and all is not going to manifest. So what you consciously hold only is going to manifest. Other things may come and go, they are not going to manifest. So do not have the anxiety created whether I am holding my bhava rightly or suddenly something comes up, will that manifest? Drop the anxiety of holding the bhava. No. So listen. Drifting anxieties, fears will not become real. In the ancient kingdom of Anga, King Dadivahana ruled with his queen Padmavati. Queen Padmavati during her pregnancy had a strong longing to ride through the park on a well-decorated elephant dressed in royal garments, with her husband holding the royal parasol over her. The king granted her wish, but during the ride, the elephant suddenly went amok. Despite the mouth's best efforts to control it, running wildly through the fields and forests, the elephant eventually became calm and entered a nearby pond. The queen escaped into the forest and reached a burial ground where she gave birth to a son on her own. The boy was named Karakandu because he was delivered by his own mother. Under a Vidyadhara's care, Karakandu became well versed in various arts and sciences. He was unaware of his royal origins and he was treated as an outcast by the society. He still carried a strong feeling knowing he is going to become someone great. He mastered all the arts, sword fighting and other training. Meanwhile, the king of the neighboring land of Kalinga, Dantavarka, had passed away without an heir. The ministers decided to find the next ruler by following an ancient custom. They would release the royal elephant beautifully decorated and carrying a sacred garland to roam freely throughout the kingdom. The royal elephant possessed an unerring, divinely gifted instinct to recognize the true scion of royal blood. Whomever the elephant garlanded would be the rightful ruler. The elephant, followed by the officials and courtiers, strolled all over the town, but it did not garland anyone there. Instead, it went to the forest unguided. The great surprise of the officials, who nevertheless followed the elephant, there, resting peacefully under the tree, the Karakandu, unaware of the kingdom's search, unaware of the political turmoil, simply existing in complete stillness. The royal elephant approached the sleeping youth and with its trunk gently placed the sacred garland around his neck. The boy woke to find himself surrounded by bowing ministers and courtiers, who immediately relayed the news to the chief minister. The minister instructed that the young man must come to the palace, and Karakandu was thus crowned the king of the country. He did not seek the throne. The throne found him, because he was simply being who he was, and the universe recognized him. The garland represents Swatantrya, the sovereign freedom of consciousness to choose, recognize, and elevate without human interference or manipulation. Karakandu did not try to become king. He did not campaign. He did not negotiate, did not beg, did not strategize, did not even know he was being sought. He simply was, and his being was so aligned with the cosmic order that the divine instrument of recognition, the royal elephant, could not mistake. Have you ever had the experience of something you deeply desired arriving exactly when you stop chasing it? Stop forcing it. Stop checking for it. This is pratyaksh, direct perception of the knowing state at work. The Agamas speak of Jnana Shakti, or the power of knowledge, and Ichcha Shakti, or the power of will. And these are not separate, but the two sides of the same coin. This is the principle of predictive processing in neuroscience. Your brain is constantly generating predictions about reality, and when your predictions is one of certainty, reality rearranges itself to match that prediction. His life demonstrates that true kingship is not seized by force or strategy, but recognized by the universe when one is in a state of complete alignment. When you practice knowing, choosing something small and resting in the certainty of its arrival, you are not pretending or forcing belief that gritted teeth. You are becoming like Karakandu, so aligned with your nature that the universe recognizes, garlands you, and crowns you without you ever having to ask, chase, or struggle for it. The knowing state is not about getting, it is about being. When you simply are who you truly are, the kingdom comes to you. Just as it came to the sleeping boy under the tree. The third technique is programming the Karana Sarira through rewriting every night. Take your one main intention you want to manifest and write it down by hand. Then read it silently. You might have observed, naturally my hand goes more like a writing on the palm leaf than the pen, because when I was narrating, I was only narrating the original context with which this method was revealed. By the ancient. If you can get a palm leaf and know how to write, do it on palm leaf, that's great. If you don't know how to write on palm leaf, at least write on paper. Every night, take your one main intention you want to manifest and write it down by hand. Then read it silently. Then read it aloud. Then close your eyes and visualize it in full sensory detail, repeating this entire sequence several times. I am repeating. Take your one main intention you want to manifest and write it down by hand. Then read it silently. Then read it aloud. Then close your eyes and visualize, hold the Bhava in its full sensory detail. repeating this entire sequence several times. You are doing in scientific terms is flagging that intention as important to your own inner bouncer, which then activates the entire chain. First deciding this matter, then relentlessly scanning your environment for anything related to it, and finally driving you to act on whatever it finds. This is precisely why the moment you truly decide something matters, you suddenly begin noticing conversations, faces, and opportunities that were always present around you, but were simply never let pass the door before. In Ramayana, there is a story, King Dilipa. King Dilipa and his queen were childless. And in ancient India, a king without an heir, leaving the court worried, and Dilipa carrying a silent ache in his heart. He consulted the divine sage Shikhidhwaja, who gave a single instruction: go to the forest and serve the divine cow Nandini, the wish-fulfilling cow of Vasishtha, for 21 days. Serve her with every fiber of your being. Do not miss a single day, and do not ask for anything. Serve, and let the service itself be your prayer.
श्रीकैलासोन्नतद्वादशान्तश्यामलापीठारूढ श्रीमीनाक्षि सुन्दरेश्वरा भिन्नस्वरूप परशिवपुत्ररत्न कुमार गुरुमण्यतुल्यावतार श्रीपार्वतीस्तन्यपानलब्धदिव्यज्ञान विश्रुतसकलनिगमागमसारभूत द्राविड वेद प्रवक्त्रे श्रीमत्परमशिवकरुणासमधिगत मुक्तामय चतुरश्रयान गीयमान छत्र चामर श्रीचिह्नकाहलादि समस्त बिरदावल्यलङ्कृत ज्ञान विज्ञान चक्रवर्ती सर्वजन संघ सद्यो निर्वाण दीक्षा व्ययापवर्गवर्ष विश्राण जीमूत परमत कलभ केसरी शैव सिद्धांत स्थापनाचार्य श्रीराजाधिराज पांड्य महाराज गुरु क्षपण शाक्यादि महांधकार निवारण ज्ञान भानु वीक्षणानर्हार्ह ध्वजोच्छेदन पूर्वक श्रीमद्वृषभध्वज स्थापक शैव समय कर्त्रे सर्वज्ञ पीठारूढ़ श्री जगद्गुरु श्री ज्ञान संबंध देशिक स्वामी वागीश सुंदर माणिक्य वाचक स्वामिनां अवतार भूत श्री ज्ञान संबंध स्वामी पुनरुद्धृत श्यामला पीठ सर्वज्ञ पीठ त्रिनवत्युत्तर द्विशततम गुरु महासन्निधान अरुणगिरि योगीश्वर परंपरागत अरुणाचल सर्वज्ञ पीठ गुरु महासन्निधान कैलास परंपरागत कांची कैलास सर्वज्ञ पीठ त्रयस्त्रिंशदुत्तर द्विशततम गुरु महासन्निधान नित्योत्सव नित्य मंगल नित्य कल्याण नित्य रजित कैलास परंपरागत आदि कैलास नित्यानंद पीठ महासंस्थान महासिंहासन पीठ कर्तः साक्षात् श्री परमशिव समुद्भूत कैलास परंपरागत वैवस्वत मनु इक्ष्वाकु हरिश्चंद्र भगीरथ श्रीरामचंद्र शूरसेन इत्यादि अनवच्छिन्न सार्वभौम चक्रवर्ती परंपरागत चतुष्षष्टि योगिनी मंडित चतुष्षष्टि संप्रदाय प्रवर्तक मनुधर्म शासन सूर्यवंश प्राप्त सर्वज्ञ पीठ सुरांगी साम्राज्य मूर्धाभिषिक्त चूड़ामणे साक्षात् श्री परमशिव समुद्भूत कपिल महागुरु पुनरुद्धृत महानिर्वाणि पीठ अष्टोत्तर सहस्र श्री महामंडलेश्वर साक्षात् श्री परमशिव सिंहासनाभिषिक्त समस्त गणनायक श्री महागणपति समारंभ अनवच्छिन्न पीठाधीश्वर गुरु परंपरा प्राप्त अटल पीठ अष्टोत्तर सहस्र श्री अटल पीठाधीश्वर धर्म मुक्ति स्वर्गपुर स्वर्ण पीठ त्रयोविंश गुरु महासन्निधान कैलास परंपरागत आदिपीठ सर्वज्ञ पीठ जगद्गुरो श्री कैलास पुनरुद्धारक श्री कैलास परमाचार्य श्रीमत्परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य वर्य सच्चिदानंद प्रणव स्वरूप श्रोत्रिय ब्रह्मनिष्ठ श्रीमज्जगद्गुरु श्रील श्री भगवत् श्री नित्यानंद परमशिव श्री ज्ञान संबंध देशिक परमाचार्य स्वामिन् अत्रागत्य परिपाल्य च अस्मान् विज्ञानवितरणेन विजयी भव जय जय